Welcome back to New Traddery. I'm Yarn Diggity, and today we're going to do some family style tab mode gameplay with one of my favorite families in town, the Thibadeauxs, Craig, Thomas, and Ashton. And they live right here on Gretchen Street next to Ashton's parents, Stephen and Margaret Wood. They live with their two daughters, baby Tashana and toddler Stevie. But they've got a third baby with them right now that was a little unexpected. That little girl right there, her name is Nanette, and she is Ashton's sister Cordelia's baby. So with three small children in the house, Craig, Thomas, and Ashton are going to need all the help they can get. So as you can see, Mama Margaret's over there to help take care of the kids while Craig and Ashton go to work. And we're going to step in and help them make a little bit better use of their space. So there is a third bedroom in this house, and we are going to make it a nice little space for little toddler Stevie to play and sleep, and the babies can have the other room. Ashton's making mushroom popovers for breakfast, and Craig Thomas is getting a few extra moments of rest while he can before he has to eat and then rush out of the house for work. Ashton works a little bit later, so she has a little bit longer, but really not by much. Thankfully, Mama Margaret's already getting comfortable. Something I really love about apartment lots functioning as housing neighborhoods in subdivisions is that grandparents and grandchildren can live right next door to each other like this and have a chance to bond and get to know each other and actually have a relationship without me having to change lots all the time. Well, breakfast must have been good, huh, Craig? And just like that, Craig Thomas is off to work, which means Ashton won't be far behind. So now's the time for us to stop and take a look at the space they have available and make a room of her own big girl room for little toddler Stevie. So it turns out this house has an unused third bedroom. It's on the left side. So when you come into the house, you turn to the left and there's their living room, right? And so there's two bedrooms, one on the left and one on the right. So the babies are in the room on the right now, but we have this space on the left that we can use to give to toddler Stevie. Now, one of my favorite things that custom content creators have done for us in the Sims 2 community is the creation of toddler beds. We did not have that in the Sims 2. But custom content creators made it available to us. And I think in the real world, there's a special kind of rite of passage that you go through when you move your infant to their first big girl or big boy bed, their big kid bed, right? And it starts with the toddler bed. And one of the things that happens once Sims 2 kids become toddlers is they can be read to. In fact, they're going to be begging to be read to pretty much all the time, left unattended. So thankfully I already had this bookcase, we have a toy chest, we have some stuff already in the nursery that we can just move over to where it's actually going to be used for a while. So let's bring over the toys. Now the Sims 2 only came with a few, I think 3 actual skill building toys for the toddlers, but custom content to the rescue once again. I have a few that I really like. We have this adorable little record player, which they had these little Fisher-Price record players when I was a kid, so they've been around a while. And then this little toy piano, the bane of every real world parent's existence. If we gotta suffer through it in the real world, the Sims have to too. Now, since she already has that little rabbit in the living room, because what toddler parents don't have their toys all over the living room, I put her a different toy in here. It is the cutest little makeup set for toddlers, and so she can get in there and play with toy makeup. So in my game, I pretend that llamas are like a pet name for children or kids. You know, like in the real world, kids are baby goats, but we call children kids. So I pretend that they may refer to babies or children as little llamas. And so I like to hide llama art or llama toys, llama related things in households that have small children. And that's just another example of something that I do that's just like a little real world analog touch that make my game feel immersive to me, make my world feel alive to me. Something else that makes it feel real is laundry. If you don't have the laundry mod, I recommend the laundry mod. And since Stevie is already potty trained and I use the Gussy Up mod to change their clothes, I don't really need this to be a changing table. So it's going to essentially function like deco, which means her toy can be in front of it and it's not going to get in the way. And then you're going to see these rugs in just about every build or deco that I do. They're the Rifle Paper Company rugs, and I found them on Tumblr, but I can't remember who they're by, but there's a zillion of them, and they are so versatile. I use them all over the place, and I use them in places they don't really go. I just really like Rifle Paper Company patterns. Sorry, I'm not sorry. And then what would any type of Sims build or deco be if we didn't stick something in the corner just to fill up the corner, right? I just thought it needed a little extra lamp, and a little lamp needs a little table. And then finally, Ashton has another sister, Bellamy, who owns a baby and toy shop. And in that shop, she sells these little plushies. So I thought it would be fun to have something in here that, you know, in story mode could have come from Bellamy's shop. So now I can get rid of a few more of the toddler related things in the nursery room. And I can put both babies in here in one room, and then Stevie has a room of her own. And then the last thing I want to do is put a Moses basket in here in the nursery, because I like to think that when Cordelia brought Nanette over and asked Craig and Ashton to look after her baby, that she would have brought her in the Moses basket. So once they come and get the baby out from her nap, they'll be able to put her back in the Moses basket, and then I can sell the hospital bassinet. We'll let Ashton have one more moment to come and snuggle her baby Tashana before she has to get ready to head out to work herself. Here comes Cordelia. Now you can see why she needed a little extra help from Craig and Ashton, right? She's actually expecting number 2. And there's her dad, Steven. In the last video I mentioned a drunken brawl that happened a while back. Yeah, Steven was one of the brawlers. And because they have such a high relationship, Margaret, even though she's just there to babysit, is actually able to help baby Stevie with her toddler skills. And this is a great example of the game serving the story rather than the story serving the game, because I didn't summon Cordelia onto the lot. Cordelia spawned there. The game put her on the lot during this gameplay session. And it makes sense. Somebody else is raising her baby, so she's going to go by and visit when she can. Cordelia herself runs 2 businesses, neither of which are an ideal place to be raising little kids. And speaking of little kids, Stevie has found her way to her toddler bed. She's going to take a little nap. Mama Margaret there has 6 children and 5 grandchildren, and she loves every minute of it. I love family sims. They are my favorite. And inevitably, we're going to have to put that changing table to use. And this is about the point where I think Cordelia remembers that she needs to go and get some sleep before her shift tonight. So she's going to head on out. So Margaret's changed to Shauna. Now she's going to get Nanette changed. And just in time, congrats on the promotion, Ashton. Let's stop by and say hey to the family hanging out outside on the way back. Stephen and Margaret Wood still have their 2 youngest girls at home, Ashton's baby sister Leah and her teenage sister Marina. And they all spend a lot of time together hanging out in this common area between their houses. There's a pool back there, a playground, so plenty of space to get together and have a good time. Looks like Craig Thomas is home from work too. He also got a promotion today. So normally the family would be getting ready to have dinner together, but the fridge is empty. So looks like we're gonna have to send somebody out for groceries. Craig, I think it's your turn. Now thankfully he's not going to have to go far. Only 2 lots down is Williamson's grocery, and I think every little small town has that one little corner store that's been around forever. And in New Traddery, that place is Williamson's. Craig actually grew up right across the street at Little Stars Daycare, which his parents owned. And it's nothing fancy, it's essentially just a convenience store. But it's a convenient, easy place to go get bread and eggs and milk. And it's usually pretty lively. It's not as lively tonight, but he does run into a couple of people he knows before he heads out and goes back home. And since Ashton made breakfast, Craig Thomas is making dinner, so he's going to make a focaccia bread pizza. I wish focaccia bread came together this easily in real life. And with Margaret gone home and the babies all in bed finally, Craig Thomas and Ashton have some time to catch up with each other at the end of their day. Now, they both got promotions today, so I bet they have a lot to talk about. Yep, caught up in the rat race, but at least you guys all have each other. And right about now looks like the time to, step back and give them a little privacy. So, good night, Thibadeauxs. And this is where we leave New Traddery for the day. Thank you so much for coming by and paying a visit. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe and give us a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Take care.